mages. And I thought for this one we would go old friend Red Jenny. Find out who she is. You know, we're just gonna be fighting the good fight over in Orlais. La 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 la. Let's go find this Red Jenny. Ah, good. The Jenny revealed to us the secret plot. It was aimed at taking us out. Still need to deal with that dragon that I encountered earlier though. Inquisition news. Yes, we have focus. Hold on, woman.
Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Guess not.
Just say what?
What is that?
And he's gone.
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're kind of plain, really. All that talk and then you're just a person.
Yep.
I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
I'm the Herald.
They say I'm the Herald of Andraste. But who are you? And what's this about?
No idea. I don't know this idiot from Manners. My people just said the Inquisition should look at him.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sarah. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breaches.
Oh my gosh. This is a Varric all over again.
Through with that tip. No breaches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
I'd like a real introduction.
How about we get to know each other first? You know, names and such.
One name. No, wait, two. Well, it's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sarah. The Friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I use them to help you. Plus arrows.
You offering spies?
The Inquisition has spies already. Can you add to these professionals?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you, I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Then you've got cloaks and spy kings, like this tit. Or was he one of the little knives, all serious with his little knife? All those secrets, and what gave him up? Some houseboy who don't know shite, but knows a bad person when he sees one. So no, I'm not knifey shiv dark, all hidden. But if you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
No, don't join. Yes, join for now. What exactly are you?
So who are your friends of Red Jenny? You must know them.
Oh, it's not hard to understand if you're not trying to waste your day on it. Someone little always hates someone big. And unless you don't eat, sleep, or piss, doesn't always work out, but a lot of people hated this guy. Someone got a laugh, someone got even, and someone has to have explained to them that free help is good.
Why else do I glow?
You sound like a thief who acts out petty and that might be bad?
Oh, right. You want to prop that guy up so I can say my sorry. Bad things should happen to bad people. We find someone not so bad, maybe he'll end up not so dead. Good enough?
Why else do I glow?
Back there you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow. Andraste's herald. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead, yeah? I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
All right, Sarah. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
No, we take everyone in these days. Too many breaches. I just feel like it's a good idea to check all the boxes lying around. In case like that. Make the journey worth much of it. How we can investigate now. I remember the Red Jennies in Starkhaven. In Kirkwall, sorry. That's the past, Mouse. Who have I got here? Cassandra, Farrick, and a crazy rebel kid. Better than Solas, and probably better than a warden. Maybe I should get the warden out. Oh, I'm on mine, alright. That's not great.
Lord Trevelyan of Ostwick, representing the Inquisition.
Cool.
A pleasure, sir. We so rarely have a chance to meet anyone new. It is always the same crowd at these parties. So you must be a guest of Madame de Fer, or are you here for Duc Bastien?
Are you here on business? I have heard the most curious tales of you. I cannot imagine half of them are true.
Exaggerate a bit.
What have you heard about me?
Some say that when the veil opened, Andraste herself delivered you from the Fate.
Exaggerate a bit.
I'm not familiar with that name. I was invited here by First Enchanter Vivienne.
Madame de Fer is a fond nickname the court has given Lady Vivienne.
I've heard she finds it amusing.
I've heard very little about Duke Bastien.
He hasn't been seen much at court lately.
His business with the Council of Heralds often takes him from home for long periods. It can't be good for a man of his years.
And of course, there's the Civil War. Bastien probably wishes to distance himself from the actions of his one-time son-in-law.
Tearing up the Dales in a foolish bid for power? It will end in disgrace for Gaspard. Everyone knows it.
Idle gossip.
Some of those storytellers may have gotten carried away.
But only for the best effect. The Inquisition is a ripe subject for wild tales.
The Inquisition. What a lot of pig shit.
Who's this?
Washed up sisters and crazed seekers. No one can take them seriously. Everyone knows it's just an excuse for a bunch of political outcasts to grab power.
What's the point?
The Inquisition is working to restore peace and order to Thedas.
Here comes the outsider, restoring peace with an army. We know what your Inquisition truly is. If you were a man of honor, you'd step outside and answer the charges.
My dear Marquis, how unkind of you to use such language in my house to my guests. You know such rudeness is intolerable.
You might get killed over this. Nice.
Madame Vivienne, I humbly beg your pardon.
You should. Whatever am I going to do with you, my dear? My lord, you're the wounded party in this unfortunate affair. What would you have me do with this foolish, foolish man?
Okay.
I think the Marquis has seen the error of his ways.
By the grace of Andraste, you have your life, my dear. Do be more careful with it.
I should have just killed him.
I'm delighted you could attend this little gathering. I've so wanted to meet you. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vivienne, first Enchanter of Montsimard, and Enchantress to the Imperial Court.
Also gorgeous.
Is that Marquis going to pose a problem?
His aunt is the Vicomtesse of Mont de Glace. Not a powerful family, but well respected. And very devout. Alphonse will be disowned for this. It's not the first time he's brought his aunt disgrace, but I'm sure it'll be the last. And after such a public humiliation, I expect he'll run off to the Dales to join the Empress's war effort. Either to make a good end, or to win back a modicum of self-respect.
Charmed, Lady Vivienne.
Ah, but I didn't invite you to the chateau for pleasantries. With Divine Justinia dead, the Chantry's in shambles. Only the Inquisition might restore sanity and order to our frightened people. As the leader of the last loyal mages of Thedas, I feel it only right that I lend my assistance to your cause.
You say you led the last of the loyal mages. Loyal to whom?
To the people of Thedas, of course. We have not forgotten the commandment, as some have, that magic exists to serve man. I support any effort to restore such order.
What's in this for you?
The same thing anyone gets by fighting this chaos. The chance to meet my enemy, to decide my fate. I won't wait quietly for destruction.
Yeah.
What exactly can
Cancel
you
that
do for the
poor
Inquisition?
internet connection.
I am well versed in the politics of the Orlesian Empire. I know every member of the Imperial Court personally. I have all the resources remaining to the Circle at my disposal. And I'm a mage of no small talent. Will that do?
Is your interest in the Inquisition Madame de Fer, or is it more personal?
Aren't you charming? It's professional, of course.
The Inquisition will be happy to have you, Lady Vivian.
Great things are beginning, my dear. I can promise you that.
Didn't even hear out the Templars. Oh. Shame about those Templars. Probably would have been better to have them on our side, really, considering who we'll be facing later. Why is it frozen? Ah, thank you for that. I wasn't entirely sure if people could hear me on the mic. It's a cheap thing, so explains that. So, bad gameplay because of poor internet connection. Bad mic because of, I know it might be linked. Otherwise, it's just because I'm just talking quietly most of the time. Problem is, I can't hear myself talking on this, so I don't actually know how loud I am. Sarah, Celeste, Lamina. Talk to Sarah. Who's outside? Cassandra, Cullen. Use an army order. Ooh. There's something there.
Need something? Carry on.
I wish people were a bit more direct in explaining what bad gameplay actually was. Yeah. She's inside.
Anything we can do?
So, this is it, huh? Oh no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. Hear that? I meant the stronghold, but it sounded like... Well, it's funny, right? Anyway, another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
Conclave Drownfeld.
It's not just a war between those two.
Well, sure, the sky has a hole in it, but I can't put an arrow in that. Well, I have. Doesn't come down. That's weird. And that's the point, right? It's weird and right there, but they still want to punch each other. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
Is there something else you're looking for? Like, what's behind all this?
Maybe. I don't know. First things first, right? I help you, march, arrow, kick. Then people stop being stupid, and everything starts to make sense again. Sound good to you, all chosen Lord Herald?
I think I'll enjoy having you around, Sarah. I hope you'll feel the same.
God,
Not even.
terrible.
Get to work, Herald. I'm gonna go kick someone out of a bed. Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. That's your first clue to a total arse. Fact.
Whoa.
Tell me about yourself.
What about me?
Your skills. Who taught you how to use a bow?
No one.
That seems unlikely.
What? I picked it up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense. It's not like that for you.
Usually it takes considerable discipline. Hence my question.
Look, I work at it. Practice a little. Not like Cullen and his pets. I mean, you miss, then you don't. Is it that hard to see when it's wrong?
Is it an elf thing?
Most I know couldn't find an arrow sitting on it. Right. Maybe I just make it look easy in shite company. In fact, where would I find one in alleyways anyway?
How about the basics?
All over? Okay, fine. Denim for a bit. South, north, wherever I want.
There are no connections you want to mention at all?
Nope. It's complicated. I don't like complicated. Let's leave it at that. Maybe.
You're not like most of the elves I've met.
Thanks, right? And was that an insult? I suppose I could go barefoot and whine more. Like that's soulless, right? Never be as good as we were. Well, who's we? I'm just fine.
I think there's more to it than that. A few thousand years more.
Hey, someone wants to be angry about old debts, be angry. Be a terror that never lets an enemy forget. But if you're digging it up so you can wear it, that's just weird. I mean, the Dalish don't really know. They have stories, but that's all they are. It's all fancy dress, not history.
We'll talk later.
If you say. Chasing mages, that's a Templar's job. A big, armoured, pissed-off helm polisher. Not too late to go find some. Or stay home.
I was wondering if you could look at some...
What, the doors under the chantry?
You know about them?
Places have doors. I just wasn't interested in poking through some sister's breeches. Whatever floats you. Consider them open. Hey, it's you again.
You apparently have a lot of friends. Tell me about your network.
It's not mine, right? I mean, it is. Everyone who wants to shove it to nobles who hide behind gold and silk. And hats, I guess.
Are you just about pranks and revenge?
Well, it's a weave. I grease a ballroom, so a wyvern chasing Git has to hunt sprained. Strangely, handmaids leave his vault open. His heirlooms pay off someone else. Maybe clean streets in Kirkwall so someone gets something out. Pish, pish, pish. A lot of people eventually get help or a laugh. Or maybe someone dead, if they deserve it.
Serial killers.
I'm glad I met you before someone decided what I deserved.
You're no hateful ass so far. I'd just get you with a pie or something. Anyway, assassin's a bard's job, innit? No fun, that lot. They might plonk a noble, right? But only to raise... Plus, I'm shite at singing.
Is Red Jenny real? Or was she always just you and your friends?
Dunno.
Don't you care?
And besides, it's easy. Nobles want a bogeyman because they need to believe numbers, right? It don't have to be so complicated.
Doesn't this mean people think you're guilty of more than you actually...
Suppose. Does it matter?
Couldn't it?
Important people kill over imagined insults. I've made more than enough real ones, so no. I don't suppose it does.
Where are the people you
If I knew, they wouldn't be much use. That's sort of the point. Look, unless your baddies are rocks or trees, they have people they use. Cooks, Yeah, I know. Wipers, right? You better believe the one with wipers deserve it. Well, anyway. The little people will be there when you need them, in a million little ways.
So lots of little contributions add up in the background, like snowflakes that snap a branch.
What? Anyway, it just works. Most of the time. Friend of a friend. Mind you, you still have to be smart. Don't bet your life unless you're into... To be clear, I'm not into that.
I can play along if it...
You have a choice. Hail the Inquisition.
We'll talk another...
It's all good. Sir Lordy Bloomers.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Which? The ones who do things or the ones who give orders?
What about Solus?
Solus? His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Anything to say about...
Varric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
What do you think about our spy master, ambassador, and commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her, too. Or heard she used to play. But now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business. And Cullen, I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair, though.
What's your opinion of Vivi?
She's a bitch, but she knows. She better.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? I'd like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
We'll talk...
Good, right? Hey, it's you again.
Is the Inquisition what you thought it would be?
Calling an Inquisition is a bit much, isn't it? It's not even know what they're chasing. Fair question for me as well, I suppose. At least I'm used to that.
I'll be back if...
Go on.
Heaven has been filled with twilight. I knew that, and crossed my heart with shame.
Yes, spy masters don't look great.
Have you seen Enchanter Vivienne? That's the arrogant, unafraid.
I'm listening.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Really?
With passioned breath does the darkness creep. It is
More
the
healing drafts for you.
You
Revered
return.
Mother.
the lie
Thank you.
upon your sleep.
I don't believe I've had the chance to speak candidly with a revered mother.
I presume you mean deeper question.
The Dracon King of the Sea State was a man of uncommon ambition. The young king began construction of a great temple dedicated to the maker. Creation of the temple was completed. Then the heart dragon knelt before the eternal flame on the left hand crowned ruler of the Empire of Olay. First acted emperor to declare the chantry as the established and Thracian religion of the Empire. It took 3 years and several hundred votes before Elisa of Mothers was elected to lead the new chantry. Upon her coronation as divine, she took the name Justina, in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's songs. In that moment, the ancient era entered and the divine age began.
Even in the circle at Ostwick, you should have been taught the basics.
What is your...
Andraste put it simply. However, those words must be put. Andraste led a rebellion against the Tevinter Imperium, whose majesty... Even then, she never called for all mages to be put to death. She believed in peaceful coexistence.
I don't recall the Chantry being as tolerant of magic.
No. The Chantry is an imperfect vessel, pulled in every direction by those who would steer its course. Yet the Templars rebelled precisely because divine Justinia was not restrictive enough. Perhaps the Inquisition will find a better way.
I intend to.
Why does the Chantry allow only human women to become priestesses?
The official doctrine is that elves and dwarves have turned further from the Maker than humanity. And as for men, the chant holds that they are more vulnerable to anger or passion. But in truth, it is simply political, added after Andraste's death, like too many of our beliefs.
If you don't believe these restrictions are what Andraste wanted, why haven't you tried to change them?
Has the current state of the world not taught you the folly of fighting too many battles at once? I chose to use what power I had to help peasants forgotten by the nobles of Orlais. I believed there would be time to address their inequality under the Chantry once we had saved them from starving.
Yeah, but then they would think that's the Chantry that...
There were calls for an exalted march to put down the Mage Rebellion. What was your opinion?
It was ignorant gossip. An exalted march only succeeds when it carries the will of the people. Even then, it cannot be undertaken lightly. People are too easily frightened. We cannot destroy everything they fear. An exalted march is justified only against a true threat to this whole world. It is an offense to the Maker to use it as a political bludgeon, or as a means of spreading the chant of light.
What about the exalted march that conquered the elves?
That is a hotly debated matter in some circles of the Chantry. The elves had conquered Montsemard and threatened Val Royeaux itself. They were not helpless victims. But even then, Orlais was the only nation to provide troops. It was hardly an exalted march of all the faithful. The Maker wishes his world to spread by example, not by war. We win no converts with blood.
Farewell.
Maker go. Greetings, Herald of Andraste.
Can you tell me...
What would you like to know?
How are the villagers in Haven doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the Mages and the Templars, just in their mind, to that at the breach. Farm.
Do you have information?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Villagers in Crestwood are besieged by the... People are vanishing in the hills of Emprist. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all...
Farewell.
Until next...
Okay. We'll go downstairs. Since the thingy's now opened all the doors for us. Get our little sing bird. Open our locked doors down here. Let me just check actually, what was my Inquisition power? Before I start reading random scrolls.
I will take these injury reports to research in the name.
surface.
There's very known of the draconic species, and she believes that she has flush out a creature that might serve as a
To work?
The cells are unique in all of history. The cult presided the chantry. The chantry and kept itself so hidden and actually survived till one day.
Thank you for all that you are doing to help.
Knowledge. There was once a time for sure. Interesting. No traveller to the Fade can fail to spot the Black City as one of the few constants of the ever-changing place. City is visible, always far off, seeing only the ruin. Geometry teaches that the Black City was once the seat of the Maker, from whence he ruled the Fade, left empty when men turned away from him. Dreamers do not go there, nor do spirits. Even those powerful demons seem to avoid the place. It was golden and beautiful once, so the story goes, until a group of powerful magic lords from the Vinting Beer devised a means of breaking in. When they did so, their presence defiled the city, turning it black. At least, it worries. Notes written by one of the scholars responsible for finding Haven. It took weeks scrubbing blood stains from the stone. One of two things is true. Either stone is more pious than I thought, or Maker's beard. There must have been a lot of blood. How many people died? I'm so relieved I didn't have to deal with the altars of sacrifice the first arrivals found. Those were tossed off a cliff, I think. So now we just have to deal with the stains on the walls and the floors. This doesn't clean up in a day or two. I'm asking for some fresh plaster. Maybe we can cover them up. Still, it's not all bad. Even it's a beautiful place. While working in the dungeons, we found scraps of paper with writing that looks like Brother Fernan Genetives. It was held here for weeks before the hero Ferrodin found it.
Thank you for all that you are doing. Greetings, Herald of Andraste.
Fair.
Mother Giselle says we're losing fewer patients to fever thanks to your work.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me, as there is but one God.
I'm listening.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Shaped stone.
Radcliffe.
I want a constant watch on that damned thing. Sound the alarm at the first sign of demons.
Right.
What was that?
None of my reports indicated temporal distortions near these rifts. Interesting.
Make her have mercy. It's over. Open the gates.